Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Hey y'all, welcome. This is Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome into Saturday Morning Makes. If this is your first time here, thank you for clicking on the video and for choosing to spend some time with me. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. You know the vibe here, you know what we do, and this morning with Saturday Morning Makes, in case you are new, this is a weekly collaborative hosted by the amazing Jillian Norwood of Greenwood Girl Cards. I will link to her channel downstairs in the description box, and you can find her. Basically, we get together, well, the intention in the beginning was once a week. Now it's really whenever. A lot of us still post on Saturdays, or as close to Saturdays as possible, but really we just want to see each other's work. So it does not matter, but we just use the hashtag SatMornMakes, which stands for Saturday Morning Makes. And it doesn't matter what your craft is, what you like to use, what mediums you use, what you make. We just want to see it. So use that hashtag to post your stuff so that we can find you, and then use that hashtag to search everyone else's makes so that you can come and find us. And if you want someone specifically to see what it is you've created, if you want Jill to come to your channel or to your Facebook or Instagram, make sure that you tag her, or even go to her video and make a post, and she will definitely seek you out. And same with, if you want me to go look at it, same thing. Anybody specific that you want to go see whatever it is that you have shared, make sure you tag them in some way. So with all of that being said, these are my 4 cards that I actually made this morning on Saturday. This video is not going to go up until Sunday, but I did make these today, and I started this morning very early. And so I'm going to pull these out, and then I'll bring them back in one by one. So let me see, I have my pile of products with each card. So I think I'm going to start with this witchy. I actually stamped her out several weeks ago, and she is excuse me, from this little stamp set. It's called Small Stamps, hot off the press is the company. It says Best Witches. If the shoe fits, buy the matching broom. And then there's like a little swag, if you will, of stars, and you can see that on her broom there's stars and circles and spots and things. And it doesn't show up quite as well once it's been stamped and heat embossed, but that's exactly what I did. I stamped it and heat embossed it, and then I die cut it out. This is the A2 Antique Frames die set, and it was this die exactly. So that's that die, and then I used this one, the wonky stitched rectangle dies, to die cut this part out. And then I don't know where this die came from. It's on my desk. It was in another pack, but it was in there wrongly. I have a feeling it goes with my die set from Creek Bank Creations, and I just put it in the wrong pack. But this is what I used to die cut that middle out. And this background was gifted to me by my sweet friend Lisa Wolf, and it has been in my stash, and I pulled out a bunch of stuff from my stash and decided I wanted to go with this. Now when I did the background around the witch, tried to do a big bright moon behind her head, and then it got eaten up with this was Wild Honey ink, and that totally ate the yellow, and then the purple ate the orange, and then there's just too much purple. So this one, all in all, is not my favorite. I love the background from Lisa. I love this little lace detail. I have several different laces that I got from Amazon, and this one I think is really fun. It looks like a bunting. I just thought it was fun on here. It's kind of different. Has the little floral bit in between the swags. It's just cute. And then the little jimmies are sparkle gems. They're the ice sparkle gems from This Calls for Confetti, and they are just beautiful. There's another one called Diamond, and this one just sparkles with the light. The diamond has different colors to it in the iridescence. So, and then I took my sentiment from the sentiment strips from This Calls for Confetti. So that is all about that little card. And again, it's not my favorite of the day, but I still like it. Let me move these out of the way. Oh, I want to keep everything handy so that I can link it downstairs in the description box when we're done. All right, so next I did this little cutie patootie. I love this image. It is such a cute one. It is from Judith, and wait a minute, I want to say Judith and Company. That's wrong. Stamps by Judith and Heather. Now this has been in my stash now for several weeks, and it's been waiting to be used, and finally I took the time to ink it up and color it up, and I just used my Olos. Nothing special, just down and dirty. I'd used some of the cool grays around them to give that kind of halo, and then I came in with it wasn't, oh, maybe it was Rusty Hinge. Maybe it was Rusty Hinge. And I did that little bit of ink blending, and then I found this little fence. Let me set these over here. I have this stash of die cuts just hanging out here on my desk. Let me see if I can bring it over to you without dropping all of them, because that's what I'm in danger of. So all these little fences that I showed, I did a vignette, and these were from that. So fences and garden gates and what is that called? Harlequin. Here's a window. There's birdhouses in there. There's tags. There's tag reinforcers. You name it. Well, I can't say you name it. There's branches. There's all kinds of stuff sitting on this plate, and I decided to go ahead and use some of it. So I found the little fence, and I thought that was super cute. It enhanced the fact that they're sitting in a pumpkin patch, and it didn't take over the scene. And then I added some of this sisal grass, and I've had other people ask me about it. Some people call it elixir moss. Some people call it sisal. But it's this. If it had a tag, I'm sure it came with a tag at one point. I don't know what happened to the tag. But it's basically like shreds of wood. How it's made, I don't know. But I love it. And you can grunge it up because it's very clean looking. So like if you wanted to use it for Halloween or whatever and you wanted to grunge it up, it's really easy to do with. I've always used like some kind of an ink spray, but you could use coffee. I just don't like, because it's a natural fiber, I don't want to use something that's going to rot, like coffee potentially could, tea potentially could. Yeah, so anyway, but that's how I got these little bits, and I just thought that was really cute. And then I used the Sparkle All the Way confetti, from this Calls for Confetti. Look at that. These are some of my favorite confetti. And it's a mix, or maybe it's more of a blend, because there's 3 different sizes. So it's a blend of 3 different sizes, but they're all the same confetti. Absolutely beautiful. Sparkle all the way. And then the sentiment, is the Happy Halloween, is from this set, which is called Kooky Spooky. Again, from this Calls for Confetti. Lots of fun little sentiments on there. Has coordinating dies. It's sold separately. But I just like that font. It was just nice and simple and clean, but still kind of whimsical because of its imperfection. And I just think it's adorable. So there is that one. So that's 1 and 2. Let me see, where am I putting my things? Okay, and then this one. Super cute as well. And I stamped up this image again by Stamps by Heather. I've used it before. I created some ATCs with this guy in the past, and I just think he's adorable, and he was on my desk. I had pulled out several different things, but I stamped him up. Again, use that same die set from Whimsy. Let me see if I can access it quickly and easily. This one. And then I had, these were just scraps. These are 2 separate pieces of paper, the polka dot and the floral. And they're just in my black and white scrap bin, and I'm not going to pull that out because it's just too cumbersome. But the way I stamped this guy on the paper that I had him on, he was just too far over to the side to be able to use the whole die. So I just created this little border, which I like to do anyway. and I just think it turned out really cute. Again, use my Olos to color him up. So there's that. I used the Boo from this stamp set from Unity for the sentiment. And then again, I used this small oval right here, this one, to cut that out. And then I just trimmed off the edge. And then I used this lace. It's more of a, it's not quite a rickrack. It's not a zigzag. I don't know. It's not a scallop. I don't know what you call that. But I really like it. I guess I'll call it a scallop. It's definitely not swagged. I don't know. If you know what to call this, maybe it is a rickrack of sorts. Yeah, let me know what that's called. But I thought that was really pretty. And then somewhere on my desk I have that onion mesh that I've been cutting off of lately. I think it's really fun. And it just added this little extra back here. You barely see it if you're not looking at it in person. You may not even see it. And then I have these little gemmies, and they are the Eclipse Sparkle Gems from This Calls for Confetti. These were all just sitting on my desk, and they just happened to coordinate. So I said, well, let's just use them, because I thought they were really, really pretty, and they go so well. Now this background, it's a gel plate print, but then I came back in and I used these layering stencils again from This Calls for Confetti, and I used the black paste from Tim Holtz. Now this layering stencil set is like prim carrots, right? So they're hearts, but they're meant to be carrots. And see, that's the embellishment for the carrot. This is part of the background, but also it has the leaves to come out of the carrots, and then some more leaves. And you see how they layer up. And all together, because I've made such a mess out of these with the black paste, I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Maybe that way's better. But yeah, super cute little prim carrots. I really, really enjoy these. Maybe it goes this way, yeah. Really enjoy these. They're super fun. But that is how I created that background. I just used the leaves, and I just moved it around. I just shifted it here and shifted it there. Got all the stenciling where I wanted it on that background, and I had already used this same kind of color palette with the oranges and the rusts and the greens, and then I went around the edges with Rusty Hinge, and that is the card, and I think it's super cute. So very fun. Now this next one, I had taken a bunch of scraps of cardstock from Stampin' Up. So if you have been with Stampin' Up, if you're familiar with Stampin' Up, this pattern paper in the back may be familiar to you. I have another one of these little bits again somewhere on my desk. I'm looking, but I'm not readily seeing it. But I just took the scraps and I just stripped them up. And I think it's really cute, it's really fun, and because all of their pattern paper coordinates so well, it just works. So that's the one thing about, I guess there's lots of things about getting pattern paper that comes in a pack, is that they all coordinate typically and are, you know, easy to, I don't know, just easy to use. So I had stamped out this sweet little guy, again, Stamps by Judith and Heather. And I wasn't intentionally going to use him with this, but I was using just kind of yellow greens to do his highlights, and I thought, oh, that matches perfect with this background. And then I had this mirror card is from Michael's, actually, and I pulled some of it out and I ran it through this embossing folder from Whimsy Stamps, and I have some excess as well. But I love this embossing folder. It's a lot of fun. And then I used this die from Whimsy as well. And I've layered it 3 times. I wanted it to have a little more presence than just one layer, but you wouldn't have to. And again, the sentiments, the Boo and the Happy Halloween, are from that Halloween sentiment pack from This Calls for Confetti. And this pattern paper you might recognize as this same pattern paper. This one I just hit it with the Rusty Hinge, and this one I did not. Again, I just glued them together, and then I used a strip of solid black just to kind of marry them or bridge them. And then I used the wonky stitch rectangle dies to cut this out, and a corner chomper to round off the corners of the background that I made. And that is it for this card. And those are my 4 cards for today. I do keep forgetting about snowmen in summer. So if you are still making snowmen in summer, be sure to use that hashtag. I want to see what you're creating. I just keep forgetting about it. Thankfully, Jill Norwood remembers, and she reminds me when she does her videos, and she talks about all the different hashtags that are out there. So there are a lot of different hashtags out there. The ones that come to mind immediately, obviously, are Satmorn Makes, Snowmen in Summer. There's 2 Crafters, 1 Design. I can't even remember all of them that are going on out there. My friend Carol of Free Spirit Arts is having a giveaway. I will try to remember to link her downstairs as well. She has a tree, a fake lit up tree in her room, and she is decorating it for the seasons. And right now she's having people send something that she can hang on it that reminds the creator of fall. It can be anything. As long as it can be hung on a tree, you can send it to her. And then everybody who's sending something to go on the tree, she's putting in their name in a hat for running for a giveaway. And then she's also going to be starting, I think she said a Rolodex, where she's going to be sending birthday cards per month based on the Rolodex information. So for more information, again, I will try to remember to link her downstairs. If I forget, ask me in a comment, and I will go find her and link her for you. Again, it's Carol, C-A-R-Y-L, and her handle is Free Spirit Arts. She's amazing. You'll love her. And with that said, it's too late in the morning, too early in the morning, and I need to go. But I thank you guys for popping by, for spending time with me, for choosing to click on my video, because you didn't have to. You could have clicked on any number of things. You could have kept scrolling, but you chose to stay here with me for a little bit. So thank you very much. I'll be back very soon. I have a Happy Mail Weekend video coming up. I have project for Whimsy. I have some stencil play for This Calls for Confetti. I'll be in Hops this month. Lots of different things going on. So make sure that you hit subscribe if you are not already. Ring that bell so you're alerted every time I share something new. Yeah, leave me a comment downstairs, because you know I love to chat with you guys. And until next time, mwah, kisses and hugs. This has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.